Swapping out the filter in the fridge today. Man, these things are expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it makes me think, do we really need it? But I don't know. I do what I'm told. I go by the instructions on the fridge. Hey Google, tell Alfred to start cleaning.
Starting Alfred.
Hey, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to another video here on our channel, Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel, where we talk about driving a Tesla, owning a Tesla as it relates to having a family, and our travels and the things we do and adventures we have around our home city here in Tucson, Arizona. I want to do this video to actually touch base on a video I did a couple videos back where I was talking about how my car kept defaulting to 16 amps because of, well, it's saying it was overheating from the plug. We not only changed out the plug, I changed out the actual charging cable. I did everything short of actually getting my car checked out by Tesla themselves. I actually tried to do a service appointment and they did an over-the-air diagnostics and said everything seems to be working fine. So I couldn't really figure out what it was. I just chalked it up to it's being up to 105, 110 here in Tucson. And yes, I know it looks like I'm wearing a coat. There's a reason. It's supposed to rain today. We're in monsoon season. With that being said, I may have found the problem and the solution by accident. I'm gonna go back to the first video I ever made, which was my Tesla's not charging. And in there I made the comment of you have to be a modern day mechanic, which is not getting under the hood to, you know, diagnose things, run diagnostics, rip out parts and replace parts. No, most of it now is troubleshooting. And with that one, we actually fixed it by finding out there was a third-party app that was controlling my departure time, even though my departure time was turned off in every Tesla-related app that I was aware of that was connected to the car. So in this case, what was causing the overheating possibly was my home's air conditioning unit. We actually had our air conditioner go out a couple times in the last month, of course, right at the start of the summer here in Tucson, Arizona. The first time they came out and fixed it and said, hey, it looks like some wires had melted, probably due to the age. They gave me a couple reasons why, and they actually replaced the entire conduit, the cables, the box, basically everything that looked like it was affected by the melted cables or the overheating or what have you. Flash forward, we went on our adventures to Northern California. Thank you guys for watching those videos. Yeah, we got back, we were home for a day, air conditioning went out again, but it seemed to be a completely separate problem. Because the first time when those cables that were melted and everything, it was actually tripping my breaker for the air conditioning unit itself, not the whole breaker, just for the air conditioning unit. But what we didn't do with that first repair is apparently there is a part that talks to our junction box and the home electrical box that basically gives the air conditioning unit a jolt or a system to really kick on and stay on without really shocking, forgive the pun, our electrical system at the house. Well, apparently that's what went out. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So when I was talking to the gentleman who was fixing my home air conditioning unit this time, he said, yeah, it probably was affecting your electrical box and some other things in the house. I'm like, yeah, we actually noticed our lights flicker a couple times. He goes, yeah, that was probably related. I was like, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. If it was affecting the electrical box, I wonder if it was affecting the Tesla charger, because those two are the only two things in my entire electrical box. They're on 50 amp breakers. So I mean, they pull a lot of energy from the grid. Well, sure enough, as soon as that night and the next day, I've now had zero issues of my car charging at the full 32 amp. Granted, I bump it down to like 25 to 30 normally, depending on how quickly I need to get it charged by the next day. But that seems to have been the problem. The air conditioning unit was overloading our electrical box and by default causing the overheating with my charger. So it wasn't the outlet, it wasn't the Tesla charging cable, it wasn't the car itself, it was literally my home doing it. But now that they got the air conditioning unit fixed, that seems to be working like a champ. And more importantly, we're able to operate at our full 32 amp without any real breakdown of, you know, the rate it's charging. So again, being a modern day mechanic, not just assuming it's the car's problem, everything's really designed to work in a symbiotic relationship. It has to have A working with B, working with C, working with D. In our case, it feels like J was not talking to K. And now that we've done that, everything seems to be working like a charm. So never just automatically assume it's your car, never automatically assume something's really broken per se in the car itself or the system of the car. Don't just focus on one thing. Sometimes you got to step outside the box, and I think that was my problem in this case. It's got to be the car. It's got to be something here. It's got to be a setting I can't find, but no one else was having this problem that I could find online through Tesla service and anyone I asked that owns the car. Turns out, had nothing to do with my car, had everything to do with the thing that keeps me cool during these hot Arizona summers. Okay, well, I just want to touch base and let you guys know we've kind of figured out what happened there. So tune in again soon. We're going to go on some more adventures here, solo and as a family. We're going to have Tucson Comic-Con coming up in September. We're going to go hit some of the museums here in Tucson. We might do some day trips to and from around Arizona. And, well, spoilers, we might be planning another trip to the happiest place on earth this coming October/November. So stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming, and I can't wait to share the ride with you. Thanks for taking this ride with us. We hope to take another ride again soon.